What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Where the Locals Skate. I'm your host once again, OG Skate Show. And this is a podcast where we get to know local skaters on and off the board. And of course, here with me always, one of the couch boys.
What's up, everybody?
David Peralta in the house.
Yo.
And now let's introduce our guest today. We have Micael. Well, I forgot to ask you how to say your last name.
Kagiwada.
Kagiwada?
Yeah, Kagiwada. Yeah. So if you speak Spanish, read the syllables as if you were reading a Spanish word.
Okay.
That's how Japanese work. That's how Japanese last names kind of work out.
That's cool, man. Hey, thank you for being on the show.
No, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you for coming down.
I saw the homie Sean, and I was like, I had to DM him. I'm like, yo, like, is it out of place to just DM him? Because I got like some great stories to tell, and some will actually coincide with Sean's because I've known Sean since he was a tiny kid, since he was like a freshman in high school.
Oh wow!
He didn't tell you this, but he was in the marching band for a little bit.
Well, no, we didn't get that information.
As was I. As was I. Yeah. So different section, but you know, still see him. He had like frizzy hair, and he played this thing called the Glockenspiel. You know the song "Ring Ding Dong" by Dr. Dre.
Okay. I know.
Like the background,
yeah.
that's a Glockenspiel, where you just hit it and then the note just extends. It's like a metal xylophone, basically.
Dope. It would have been cool if he would have been the guy playing that on there. Yeah. Nah, man, that's cool, man. Shout out to that you guys were in the marching band together, man. That's cool. But first question I always ask everybody is let everybody know what city you're repping.
I am repping San Pedro now because that's where I reside, but I would say the South Bay as a whole. So
of course,
I grew up. My first memories as a kid was living in Gardena, so that's where my parents lived, and then they bought a house in Torrance, North Torrance to be specific, down the street from the high school, which is where I went and met Sean and everything. And yeah, I've lived most of my life in North Torrance, and then I lived in Carson for a little bit, and now I live in the southest part of the South Bay, which is San Pedro. The bay where you get all of your things.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the ports are all down there. Everything's down there, man. Man, that's cool. And there's a few spots down there to skate, right?
Yeah, absolutely. San Pedro High School. I remember Rodney Mullen versus Daewon Song round 1 to San Pedro High School where he crooks that ledge. Like it starts low and then it's like a 6-stair.
Okay.
Starts low, he crooks it and comes off. In San Pedro High School. I am actually fortunate to have Channel Street about 2 miles away from my house. So it's like a 10-minute drive. And also Peck Park, which is near the Sprouts that I go shopping at.
Okay, so we can catch you at Sprouts and Peck Park.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. How did you get into skateboarding? How did you get the board?
Oh, man. So I had a neighbor. His name was Dustin, next door neighbor. Okay. Typical surfer dude, blonde hair, long hair. Mm-hmm. His dad knew how to skateboard. His older brother skateboarded. He skateboarded. And at the time, I was, I played in the band, and I was like, how do I fit in and be cool?
Right.
Like, really, skateboarding was like my, the catalyst to my how do I be cool and find myself movement. So, yeah, because I saw them skating, at that time I had like a scooter or whatever and a bicycle, but I was like, oh yeah, I want to try that. So, I had another friend named Sebastian who gave me a old board with some razor tail and like some Orion trucks and some like whittled down wheels, and that was my first starter setup. Yeah.
Right. You got to start somewhere, man.
Yeah.
And even if it's donated or whatever. Yeah. You can get on those wheels.
Yeah, and I have that board I have to thank for the split that's in my nose because I tried to pop shove it and I got like nailed in the face. Like my mom had to take me to the ER. It was like a whole thing. I'm sure at that point my mom was like,
"You're not doing this.
Please quit."
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. I don't know. Maybe she's like, "No, anta yameta houga ii janai no," which like translates to, "Maybe you shouldn't."
Yeah. Maybe that's not for you. Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to that, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, you didn't quit, right? You got back on the same board?
I got back on. I stayed on the same board. I think after that, it was like a Christmas or something, and I really wanted a board. My birthday falls really close to Christmas on December 19th. So I remember it was the Galleria Mall, and I think it was, around my birthday. And I was like, Mom, I really want a skateboard because that last one hurt me. So I feel like if I get a new one,
it'll be safer.
It'll be better. So I remember it was buy one, get one half off because that was the only time my parents would buy me shoes. So I had to make those really kind of last.
Right.
And they had like one of those just pre-built completes with just blank trucks, blank wheels. They're probably super soft wheels or whatever. And it was just like a blank black board. And I remember that was my first like
Christmas complete
good setup that I was riding was the Van Store complete.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's like one of those that actually rolls and it's not just the.
Oh no, it's not like a crappy Target board. It was like like Ebec, probably like Ebec 3 bearings and like I think they were like 89A wheels. I just remember them being soft. I'm like, why is yours so hard? To all the homies, and I had to start somewhere. So
of course, and then you start learning as you keep getting older or whatever. And like you said, you told your friends why yours different than mine, and then you start learning the hardness of the numbers and everything.
Yeah,
it's when you really get to learn what the size of the board means, the size of the truck, size of the wheels.
Yeah,
your hardware, different grits on your grips and all that.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, there wasn't too many different truck sizes,
Yeah.
There may be different holes for your base plate. But, that was a long time ago, man. You goofy or regular?
I'm regular.
Regular? Yeah. Okay, all right. What's your board setup like now?
I'm very picky about my board setup now, so it's very specific. Formula 4 52 millimeter Spitfire wheels, the ones that are just flat.
Yeah.
And I do graphics out because I'm a doofus and I like looking at it roll.
I put them out.
Yeah.
I don't put them in.
I don't like that stuff. Like,
if
you wanted white wheels, get white wheels.
Right. I don't care to save the graphic or whatever.
Yeah. 144 Indy trucks. So 8 1/4 board. I've been on heroin for a while. The boards. The heroin board.
Should we get him some rehab over here?
That's always a funny one to say.
Heroin skateboards.
Yeah,
okay, because just in case YouTube might say something, I don't know.
Heroin skateboards.
There is a company name.
There is a company called Heroin Skateboards.
Okay,
full disclaimer.
We're just now demonetized.
No, sorry, I screwed up.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, 8 1/4, and then I usually do mob grip because I'm lazy. I don't want to sit there and go with the air bubbles.
Right, mob grip.
And
good.
Independent hardware, 7/8, not an inch. 7/8, because I don't want to see like the extra little bit. I just want
just on the spot.
Yeah, like I said, I am like super picky.
That's cool. Yeah, shout out to that. And then when the older we get, we're able to make those boards. And make those
for
choices.
sure.
Yeah. That's rad. Do you prefer to skate street or park?
I'll skate anything.
You'll skate anything?
Yeah, that's fun. I used to be my AOL AIM name, Skate Anything 88. Sk8 Anything 88. So cool. As long as I'm riding a board, I'm pretty much happy. If I suck, it doesn't matter. You just got to get better. Okay. Get good, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah, like back in the day, they're like, if you try to ask for wax or something, it'd be like, just go faster.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Honestly, to touch on those AOL days, those were the greatest because I think the best part about that was like you could find someone who had a pro skater's aim. And I remember us as little kids, I got Mikey Mo's AOL ID, let's message him. And then sometimes it'd be cool to message you back. So, it just brought back a memory of back in the day when we were younger.
Yeah, I had my first date because of AIM.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Damn.
And like in hindsight, I'm like, dang, where was Chris Hansen at this moment? But it was actually like a girl my age.
Oh, good.
Yeah. My first, sorry, babe, my wife. It was my first kiss too. It was like in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
I met this girl.
But how scary is that, right? We're willing to take that leap to go meet some stranger,
especially when your brain doesn't understand adult stuff. Now, if I had a kid, I'd be like, no.
Exactly.
That is a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what's on the other side of that. You know?
It's going to be like that one South Park episode where Cartman's on Ames, young boy looking for older men for intelligence to hang out.
Oh, yeah.
He ends up with some pedophile group.
Ooh, I bet. Yeah, you can't be typing that in.
Nah.
You know what I mean? All right. You mentioned a little bit. Who else was part of the skate crew back in the day?
So Sean had his crew.
Yeah.
I had, I guess, a couple of different crews that I was like be in and out of. I was kind of like a Ronin, like a samurai without a master. Like I would just go here, go there. But for me, my initial crew was without divulging too many like full names, it was a dude named Shane, a dude named Dustin, a dude named Martin, and there was White Mike because he was white, and then I was known as Fat Mike.
Okay.
Because I was rotund. I was a chubby boy.
Okay.
You know, that's part of the reason why I wanted to start skateboarding.
Right, right.
Oh, like,
yeah, you'll thin
all
out.
the popular chicks are with the guys who skate. I ought to skate, but no one told me don't wear Dragon Ball Z t-shirts.
Uh-oh.
You know, but I like Dragon Ball Z, so, you know.
It's cool now, right?
Yeah, it's super cool. I still love Dragon Ball Z. I love all the anime stuff, man. Shout outs to Japan for making it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's cool, man. That's cool that you're rocking what you wanted though, but did they say anything to you about
Oh, for sure. Like not my friends directly, like my core group of skate kids, but yeah, dude, skating was like starting to skate for me personally was really hard because I had to deal with a lot of bullying from other skaters because they saw me as an outsider, right?
Okay,
so there's number one. Number two, like I was the only Asian kid on my block. So I didn't have a lot of like Asian skateboarders to really look up to until like maybe I was in high school. Then I like found Daniel Shimizu from the Foundation, Robert Lim, who rode for like Monkey Sticks or something. But I only saw that because it came on a promo. Like Pat Chinita, I'm like, oh, he's Filipino. Danny Supa, oh, he's also Filipino because I'm half Japanese, half Filipino. And yeah, it was rough, but I'm glad that I had, you know, my core group of like skate friends, Dustin, Martin, Shane, White Mike, to just be like, nah, just keep skating, bro. Yeah. You know, like, funny story, like when I started skating, there was like this crew of skaters who don't skate anymore. I don't know what they're doing in life, but you know, I have the last laugh because I filmed a whole part with my buddy Martin. That was the one that I sent you on the DM. And yeah, I can still do okay. I still have like 7 or 12 tricks that just come to me. The rest have kind of dissipated, so I gotta bring those back. But it was tough, but it was totally worth it.
Yeah, that happens, man. Sometimes those people that give you a hard time just give you the motivation to just keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it can go either way, man. You can let it get you, or you can use it as fuel and take care of business, you know?
Yep.
So that's rad, man. And then you thinned out a little bit, and they did the name stick still?
I didn't thin out till I was like 27.
27? Okay.
So, like, I was always I was Fat Mike, and then, like, I got thinner. And when I got thinner, that was when I was like on this Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and my cousin was fighting MMA, so I'd always train with him, kick.
That's cool.
And then I got back on board more like full time. I'll put that in quotes.
Right.
And then I was round again, but you know, I always managed, and now I'm at this like medium point. So like my buddy would be like, "Dude, I can't call you Fat Mike anymore. I just call you Mid Mike."
Mid Mike.
You're like medium size. I'm like, nah, you can, you know, because I always the Fat Mike moniker. Whenever I would like holler at a girl or something, I'd spell it PHAT because you know fat is pretty hot and tempting. Right. That's me now. You know? But sorry, girls.
Yeah, he's married now.
My wife listened to Beyonce.
Yeah. Put a ring on it.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to the wifey and everything. Okay. Who would be your favorite skaters growing up? Like, did you have a skate team or any specific person?
Daewon Song was one of them. So, because he's another Asian guy, which I didn't find out he was Asian till later. I just liked his manual tricks and everything else.
Yeah. He's down in the Bay Area.
Yeah, I see him at the Harbor Park every once in a while, and like randomly I'll see him at like donut shops near San Pedro. So that's like, oh, cool. You know, that's Daewon. I've sold Daewon stuff when I was working at Best Buy, like the flip camera. I'm like, oh my god, it's Daewon. You know, but after like the 4th time you see him, you're like, oh, it's Daewon. Yeah. You know, like the starstruckness kind of goes away. So favorite skaters, sorry, Daewon is one. Tom Penny. It's definitely another one.
That's one.
Josh Kalis.
Okay.
Daniel Shimizu.
Ooh.
I'm missing one. Stevie Williams.
Stevie Williams. Shout out, man.
Ridiculously eclectic group, top 5.
Yeah. That's a good group, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. That's awesome. You said you mentioned that you started filming like a little bit. When did you get the camera?
I always filmed on like a handy cam or whatever when I was like a teenager. Okay. And then when I had like when I graduated high school, got my first job, I just got like a little dinky like $200 SD card camera. and I'd always film little things. Like I have a full part that I filmed when I was like 20, and I'm really embarrassed about it. But also I have to think about it. I'm like, I did that like on really not like gear you're not meant to do, you know?
Okay.
And there was like, my mom had a friend from Japan who was trying to make Japanese brands come out here and stuff like that. And I'd periodically help him out. Like it wasn't my camera, but he had the VX, and I would just like help him film. And yeah, I mean, I love the act of filming. Actually, before my current jobs, my last 2 jobs, I was actually a professional studio photographer, but I shot food. Oh, okay. Not like skating or anything. It was all like, just all still shots, you know, like plated or Blue Apron kind of company. So it'd be like, here's cooked food. Like it was literally just hand shot. Yeah. Sprinkling shot. Cutting shots. It was very cut and dry. But yeah, I always loved, you know, photography, videography. Like I also now make my own content on my YouTube channel, and also do like gaming live streams and stuff like that. So that's right. Yeah, I just do a lot of things. I have like passion ADD.
Okay. That's a good ADD to have. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. All right. Local skate shop. Did you have one growing up?
I did. It was actually one of my first part-time jobs. South Bay Skates. It used to be on Crenshaw and 182nd. It then moved to Redondo Beach Boulevard, and I think right now they're in the middle of finding like a lease or something. But yeah, South Bay Skates has always been a shop that I loved going to. That's actually the place where I set up my first like real board, not like a pre-made Vans Complete. Like I picked the trucks, I picked the wheels, I picked the this, I picked the that, and I remember like
it's always a special day.
Yeah, for whatever reason, like there was a big sign at South Bay Skates that says we don't take checks, and then for whatever reason he took my mom's check. Yeah. So I was like, at that point I was like, oh, sick. And then now looking back, I'm like, I wonder why he took the check.
Well, think about it. If you went in with a check, he'd probably say no.
That's true.
But her, she's like, oh, okay, look at this woman. She actually,
you can tell she has a job. She looked like she had it set. I think she may have had her Louis Vuitton on her too.
Oh, okay, well, yeah. She
was like, so I think that might have definitely helped. But shout out to James, man. I love that guy.
Shout out to South Bay,
South Bay Skates, yeah. I have the sticker on the back of my car still, like just the die-cast sticker, so I can always rep. Because that shop was the best shop to me because it was my first shop, and I worked there. You know, and I bought my niece's first boards from there too. So yeah, I love South Bay Skates.
All right. Shout out to that. Can we take a quick break real quick? Yeah, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. And then we're back, huh? All right. We're just big shout out to your skate shop, man.
Yeah, South Bay Skates.
South Bay Skates. Yeah. Let's get into local skate park. We talked about it, right?
Alondra's one I like to go to. So it's funny because all the parks and spots I like to go to are near my folks' house, which is like 20 minutes away. So I get in the 110 and the 405 and then like be in that North Torrance area. But it's totally worth it. I do like skating Channel Street, like little outside little street section. And they have like the little banks. So I like, rock to fakie, switch rock to fakie, like just try and get just the back truck to go and that's satisfying. It's like chef's kiss, But yeah, I mean, just like I said about my AOL, whatever, like I'll skate anything, flat ground. What I'm trying to look for is like a nice ledge somewhere in San Pedro, like a nice, like, I don't know, like whatever, however like tall that is.
About 10 inches, 12 inch.
However tall that is and like wide. I do like skating at my old high school, North High, because they have ledges that are like Stevie Williams sized, like waist high. And I remember like, I think I could still do it now because my pop has gotten better since I've started working out and stuff. But there's clips of me front nosing something waist high. And I was like, all I can hear is that riff from the Stevie Williams, like, what you don't realize.
If you're looking for a good ledge, we were out in Pedro the other day skating in Pedro High since it just got remodeled.
Oh.
The bottom section where like the fields are at, there's a really good buttery ledge down there.
Okay, cool.
I'll show it to you. I just got
that is 4 minutes, 3 or so if I drive really fast from my house.
He's got himself a ledge now.
In my hybrid.
I'll show you the clip so you can see it.
Sick.
But it's a pretty fun spot. We were there all day. No one messed with
us. Really?
Yeah,
so cool. It's not hot.
Yeah. Shout out to that, man. So you have an idea what you want to get on that ledge?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely, probably front nose, because I just like how that trick looks. That's like my go-to any ledge trick, front side nose slide. Switch backside nose slides I still have maintained, which is cool. Half cab nose slide probably. And then if I can stomach it, front nose, like not pretzel 270, but front nose to fakie and out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love ledges.
That's cool.
I love lamp, you know, I love ledge.
I love lamp.
No, yeah, that day in San Pedro, we were struggling too because we were trying to find like somewhere to go get lines or like film on ledges. Yeah, that was the only ledge we could find out there. Pedro's dry on ledges, but good for rails and stairs.
Which is not something that I am comfortable doing at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
No rails or
no
stairs.
All my three buddies were all about jumping down stuff, which was kind of odd. Being the odd person out. Like the other four, they're like, I want to jump down a 6 stair, I want to kickflip a 6 stair, I want to do this. I'm like, hey, where's a manual pad?
Yeah.
You know, does the stair have a manual pad close to it? Can we you know, so we had to split the time. So, you know, I didn't start jumping down stuff till I was like 27.
Okay,
I'm 34 now.
Yeah, no, I would have done it way early. Yeah, I have friends that would go skating and kind of just be like, oh, you can do that, go for it. I'm like, what? And then I would jump it, you know. But yeah, it usually didn't work out the first couple of tries. But once you get that fear and you just kind of huck yourself, it's all good. Then you figure out what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you just take a no care, the air pill, little placebo.
Dude, that's rad, man. Dude, yeah, I can't wait to see it. If you get those clips, man, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, that's the plan. I've been rebuilding kind of like some people that I skateboard with. You know, like I said, those are my core 4 that I would skate with. But then there are like some other, you know, like young kids, like Sean's age. Young kids, he's like 30 now, but whatever.
Okay.
At that time, I felt like, oh, they're young kids, 4 years younger than me, whatever. But, you know, there's like a kid named Dakota that I would skate with. Now he's like a dad and doing his thing. But like I went skating with him last Sunday at the pier park that you don't like so much.
The Redondo.
Yeah, the Redondo Pier Park.
Okay.
But I like it because it's got the ledge. So that's all
I want to
really
try
skated.
that. I still want to go and check it out. You know,
yeah.
Go,
The nice
at least
thing
spend
is,
the day there.
Yeah, the nice thing is, like literally right from there, there's a place called Quality Seafood.
Okay.
They do like fried oysters, fried fish. You can just like pick something and eat it. So and then they sell the big tall cans of beer. So you just like.
I think we ate there right after we skated the park.
Right.
Yeah.
Best place ever. Oh. Yeah, I usually just get like a dozen oysters and just like pound them down and then like leave.
Yeah, shout out to that, man.
Yeah,
I have to take a trip
with the wife
just for that.
Share some.
Right. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I would go down there for. Like a little something for me, and then for the lady too. Yeah, you know? That's rad. That's cool, man. Hopefully, I get some clips too, and get.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff. Some fun stuff. It's a little odd. But
I want to get that little because the way I see it, there's like a little board slide in the middle or something maybe on a bank or something.
Bank. The bank slappy thing.
Right. Yeah. That's what I want to try.
Yeah, I think I did the other before that slappy front board 270 out. So just like boom and then just shift.
Okay,
it was fun.
See, Peralta's face like I didn't know you could do that up on the top of that.
Yeah,
let's go. Hell yeah.
So, some of the skaters, like the slappy skaters, surprised me. I'm like, I didn't even know half that shit was possible on a curb.
Yeah,
the curb dancing is amazing, man.
Yeah.
So, do you ever do slappies and stuff like that? Otherwise, like is
backside
that your thing?
Only.
Yeah, backside. Yeah, probably same with me.
Yeah,
I've done a couple front sides, but the curb's got to be like, you know,
this
super.
tall?
Yeah, super tiny like that.
As big as my glasses. That's the height.
Right. That's the way to do it, man. There's actually a spot like in Orangewood or something like that. I think it's called like at a bank. Wells Fargo Bank. Shout out to the Fargo boys, man. All those curves are so waxed up, but I mean, like they're like an inch high, dude. They're like perfect to like, learn how to get a.
And then you feel great when you do it on an inch, and then you go to a regular curb, and you're like,
but it gives you the knowledge on how to actually get
how to shift your body and stuff. Yeah.
So it's a good training grounds, you know.
I still can't comprehend slappies.
Yeah.
I could slappy nose slide. That makes sense to me.
Oh yeah,
like slappy nose slide both ways. You know. Yes, switch slappy nose slides, backside only.
I'm more of a I don't know, you know, it may be frowned upon, but I'm more of like I place it on there, you know, like I put the nose on there. I don't really bash into it.
No, I think that looks cooler. Yeah, where it looks like you've ollied, but you didn't really. You you really like emphasize putting the weight in the front as opposed to just going.
I like them both. I like to see somebody ride up something higher than what you can expect and bash into a wall, and all of a sudden you're like they're crooking on top. You're like, wait, what? like Spanky, you know, like he does that, man. Dude. Sheesh, Baker, man.
I tried learning those and they're ridiculous. You know, you're like, how do I go from going vertical to getting myself up to the top of the wall and then coming back in vertical?
It's almost like it's almost treating it like if it's a quarter pipe without any quarter in it.
Yeah,
it's just a wall
flat pipe.
Yeah, damn flat pipes out there.
Flat pipers.
Damn. All right, dude. That's cool, man. I can't wait to see if you get those tricks, man. That'll be dope.
Yeah, that's the plan.
You have a dream trick that maybe hasn't went down, or
no? I actually did my dream trick.
Did you?
I did my dream trick.
What was that?
It was so for me when I do skateboarding, like it's you know I forwarded you the part that's called Me and Micael. My name is Micael. Me would be my buddy Martin. It was like that was like my love song to skateboarding. Because that's when I was at like the peak of physical skateboarding condition. Like I just had gotten together with my wife now, girlfriend at the time. She was super supportive and like, you go skate till 2 a.m. and like just make sure to get me a burrito because she used to work overnights at Little Company of Mary. So I would like go skate till like 1. Go to Taco Sinaloa, which is like this 24-hour joint in Carson.
Sounds bomb.
Get a bean and cheese burrito.
Sounds bomb.
Park in the parking lot. Be like, hey, babe, here's your lunch. We'd hang out, and then I'd go skate again.
That's cool.
Because
she had a night job, so that was her lunch. That was her lunch hour. You'd go.
And while she was going to nursing school too, so like when we got together, she's like, I don't have a lot of time to like be with you. I'm like, no, it's cool. I'll just go skate.
Yeah.
I just really like you and whatever. But to get back to the whole the dream trick. So I used to hang out in a wing called V-Wing in North High.
Okay.
There are those ledges, like the waist high ledges. Okay. Right? I was talking about that, like a front nose. We used to hang out there. That was like where the core 4 and me would hang out. So it used to be like these big planters with just cement on all sides. Right. They've since then beautified the campus where on one side it's cement and you just sit because they're about like as high as your ledge behind you. Yeah. And on the other side they put dirt all along it. So in order to hit that ledge, you have to go all the way across it. And I would probably say it's like 7 or 8 feet.
Okay.
So I remember when I was like still in fat mode, Fat Mike, I wanted to front board it and I tried it and I got like maybe like 50% of the way there because it's a fat ledge about that big. So that means it's one of those front boards you have to
lock it in perfect.
Lock it in and your wheels need to be in the right place. Your wheels need to be waxed, yada, yada, yada. Right? Okay. So no joke, from concept to execution, 4 years.
Damn.
So 4 years. So I started that trick at 240 pounds, 5'8". That's not very good weight. Like 240 fat, not working out.
right.
And then I got to about like 165 at one point, and I still couldn't do it. And then this was around like when I was light heavyweight, John Jones, 205, whatever. And like I just said, screw it. This is the day that we're gonna do it. And it took me about like an hour to do. There's so many like clips, whatever else, but I finally did it, slid all the way across. Actually, I think there's a clip on my Instagram, but I'll repost it and tag you.
There we go.
I have it slow mode. It's like from behind, so you just see me get on. You can see the wheels in the right place. I get all the way across. Like I land it, I get off the board, I focus my board because I knew I had just bought a new deck and it's in the car. And like I hug my boy Martin, I start crying.
Yeah,
that was my dream trick. Anything else? Because it was like poetic, right? We used to hang out in that wing. Yeah. That was the high school that I went to. That I was with like my best friend who like kind of cast the bullies away when I started skateboarding, and he's the one who filmed it. And that was my dream trick. That's cool. Anything else is just like icing on the cake. Right. Like, you cannot take that trick away from me. That was my Wallenberg.
Yeah. Shout out to that, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking rad, dude. I like those stories, man, especially because, you know, you did what you set out to do, and it, like how long it took, and you never gave up.
Yep.
The passion behind it, the story, the people.
I should have saved the board. I don't know what happened to the board. My dad, it still might be at my parents' house in like their outside shed, but Focus. Yeah, it was an Alien Workshop board. I remember it was 8.125.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, dude, like, because I remember, like, us too, like, I don't know, like, for you guys, but in us, it was the 90s. we would focus every skateboard. Like as soon as you land a trick or you got a new board, focus it. You know what I mean? Or if it's already broken, like if it cracked and it's still rideable, focus it. Like, what the hell were we thinking sometimes? Because I wish I still had my first board I ever rode.
Same
at
here.
least. You know, I wish I still owned that.
What I wish I had was the first set of good trucks that I bought, like non-blank trucks. They were the Tensor lows with the little slidey plate, orange base plate, black slidey plate, and then I put dodos in it because my fat butt couldn't handle the stock bushings. They're like the hard dodos.
Yeah.
But I wish I still had those trucks because I would ride them, even though they would suck right now. But I would ride them.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Tensor.
Dude, there's been a time where I've actually like gotten to like I crook grind so much the same trucks that I got into the axle in the middle.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, like I don't know how long trucks could last some people, but man, I remember crook grind to the axle, switch, and regular.
Yeah, trucks are the longest thing that lasts for me.
Yeah.
Because I like slide or grind, slide like 1,000% of the time. Like if I say a curb, I probably won't 50-50 it until after I've nose slid it, I've tail slid it, I've like front boarded it, I've like half cab nose slide it, I've nollie back tailed it, and then I'm like, oh, try a 50-50, do one, and then slide like an inch and be happy. Like,
well, curb could really get you on a 50-50.
Yeah.
If you don't slappy and you try to ollie into that thing and you don't get in right, and if it's too waxy, you can slide right out, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why I prefer skating a bigger obstacle because you have more time to bail and adjust yourself in there compared to like, what's that saying you have when you skate a small curb? 6 inches hurts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can get broke off of on a curb, man. Yeah.
Feels like El Toro.
Dude, I've been wrecked on the smallest spots ever, and then I go and skate like a 14. I'm like, oh, I just got a couple heel bruises, but then skate a curb. My whole left side's done.
Yeah, especially if there's bushes and pokey bushes or something. You get all messed up. You're all sweating. Then you're all itchy. Yeah. And you're like, damn, this day's over now. And then you get your car. You didn't notice you didn't wipe off everything.
Yeah.
Well, I've had one of those incidents where I was skating a ledge. I don't know, there was pokey bushes on the side and behind me. I slipped, fell in, and I couldn't get out. Every time you move, you're just like, I'm getting poked wherever I move. So my buddy had to pull me out.
Yeah, that's too much. But I was like, just anything that just goes through the shirt is just annoying. But if you're like in a rose bush or something,
I was gonna say that was probably a rose bush. It sounds like
or like a thorny thing.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention. I was just like, someone pull me out. I can't move. It hurts. Nobody can't move.
That's scary, man. Scary. All right. Dream sponsors growing up.
Vans was definitely one of them.
Okay.
Vans, Tensor, because I loved riding Tensor, which is funny because I ride the complete opposite now. Spitfire, I still ride them. They're great. 4-star.
4-star.
And
I haven't
Flip.
heard that name in a while.
And Flip.
Flip, yeah.
Flip skateboards. Yeah.
Flip skateboards is rad. Hell yeah. That would have been cool, man. Yeah. But what about now? What trucks are you rocking? You said Indies? Yeah.
Indies. I kind of want to buy Ace trucks because my dog's name is Ace.
Okay.
Only reason why I want to buy them. Well, I've heard good things.
You can just put another board together, have a quiver of skateboards.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like have your Indie board and have your Ace board. You know. Yeah. And if you don't like the Ace, well, guess what? Your dog has a new board.
Well, it's like I was saying. I think Ace Trucks bought the mold, all the molds off of Indie.
Oh yeah, the Stage 4, right?
Yeah, so every Ace truck is basically an old Indie, just with a different name on it.
Yeah, and then Indie's like trying to undercut them by like, hey, look, we're reintroducing that one truck that you guys like, but we failed to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the old stuff is better. You know, you never know.
Well, Indie needs to bring back the lows because
that's the one you skate.
Yeah, that's all our skates. Indie lows.
Really?
You can't find them anywhere. I've been ordering them from the East Coast right now. From
really? Some
skate shop called TriStar Skate or something like that. They always have them for some reason.
Yeah, I rode low trucks for so long that like my body type and like strength in legs, whatever else. When I finally went to like an Indie, I was like, now I understand why the slogan is F the rest. For me, just for me, you know.
I was on a Tensor truck. I had the Tensor mags. They were lows. They were super fun. But like for me, like if I'm skating transition though, I have to have I can't have that turn radius that those things give. which I love on the streets. Those turn radiuses are everything. Because I try to skate my ramp board now at the park. I can't do anything. Like, I can't even make it go right to left. But on a ramp where I feel like I need to stay like straight, where I don't have too much wobble, that's where those trucks work for me. Like Destructos on a ramp, street indies or tensors. But like you said, like tensors, I had one pair of tensors and I've had one pair of indies. So, but I think I'm sticking with indies now.
Yeah. I mean, I've skated the gamut of trucks. I mean, I could literally go down, like, I don't know why. It's like I'm kind of, like I said, I'm a maniac about skate. They call it gear acquisition syndrome, right? Yeah. So I'm always like trying to get stuff. So I remember it was like tensor lows, tensor mids, right, with the whatever. Right. After that, I got venture lows, right, thunder lows. At one point, I was riding venture highs. Okay. And then I ended up at Indy, which was the stage 10. And then now I have the stage 11s. And they're not the hollow ones because I want it heavy because I'm heavy. I'm heavyweight now. I'm like 230. So I need a truck that can handle my big ass. All right. Yeah, dude. Because I don't even know which indies I'm riding, actually. And they might be the hollows. Yeah, because I know I like a light truck, even though I'm a big dude. But I feel like, well, I'm so big, I need help getting off the ground. You know what I'm saying? We have two different ways of seeing it. I feel it.
Like, I need it to get off the ground. You want to say, oh, when it lands back down, I need it to support me.
Yeah. Because I don't have light feet. Like, every like flat ground trick, even it sounds like I jumped down 16 stairs. Okay, so you're like heavy feet.
That's sort of like what do they say? Tom Penny, like you said. They said every trick he tries to do, it's like he's smashing a bag of potatoes. You know,
but it looks so good. Those some good potatoes.
Yeah, with that stomp.
He's all, even if he has no chance of landing it, he's still trying to like I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Shout out to Tom Penny out there, Tom Penny. I would love to skate. That would be a dream skater to skate with right there, man.
Yeah, sure. I was hoping that I would run into him this one time. I went to Barcelona with my parents. And it didn't pan out. No? But I did share a bottle of wine with like whoever was there, just some like local Spanish skaters and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's right. You went to Barcelona?
Yeah, with my parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Yeah. And Obachan. So my grandma was like, it was like one of the last trips that we took before my grandma went back to Japan. Okay. So yeah, we went to Barcelona. I packed my board and I just like one night because they were jet lagged and I was just like ready and raring to go. So yeah, I went to Macba. Like I skated to Macba from the hotel and it was like so the best experience. I mean, you know, they like if you're Muslim, you have Mecca, right? Ramadan, you go to the place. Like I went to our Ramadan, which is Macba. So I can say not a lot of people are like privileged and like lucky enough to do that. So yeah, thanks Mom and Dad for taking me to Europe. On your time.
Yes. And then you taking advantage of actually visiting some skate tourism, you know?
Yeah, I saw Keyhole and I was like, nope, not even gonna try that. But the ledge is behind Keyhole. Yeah, I was just skating, like, you know, just doing my usual tricks, and it just felt nice to do those. And I'm like, cool, I've left my stamp here.
Damn. That's nice. Did you ever go to Japan?
I've been to Japan, several times.
Okay.
Yeah. I've only skated in Japan, like with my skated with my skateboard. Like I brought my skateboard only one time to Japan, and it was a trip I took when I was like in the 8th grade, and that was a lot of fun. My sister at the time was stationed in Japan, so she took me to on base and onto their base skate park. Right. Like their base had a skate park. It was super cool. It's all like prefab, like metal. So when you get on the ramp, it goes ka-ka, you know? And there was that. And I skated a few street spots. Like I would have it on the train. And like, I think
was it frowned upon at the time or was it?
I definitely felt like some societal like negativity.
Right.
But I don't look like I'm from there. Right. So it's kind of not like, oh, naughty child. It's like, oh, freaking tourist. So I'll take freaking tourist heat versus like, oh, you belong here. Why are you doing this? This is bad
exactly. You should know better.
Yeah. For sure.
That's crazy.
It's crazy how that culture is like that. You know, they frown upon like something like skateboarding before it became something serious like it is now. We're in the Olympics. Now it's like, oh yes, now go do it. Now we got skate schools. Now we got all this.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's because like they like order. Yeah, they like law. They like things to be. This is the worst way to say it, but they like things being in their place. Right. And they don't know where the place of skateboarding was in like what circa, that was like 20 years ago. So like 2003, 2004. They don't know where it belongs. But now it's like Japan's like a skateboard factory. Like it's just like, you know, Yuto Horigome and like Keiaki Ike and like a bunch of like these like rad Japanese skateboarders are just coming out and just murdering the American
and we haven't, I like they said on the Nine Club, I've yet think that we've seen all of Yuto's tricks. You know what I mean?
There's still probably more.
No, I'm sure there are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're talking about like who do you think's gonna deserve Skater of the Year this year? And we're because you know not too many parts have came out this year really. Like because people are usually gunning for Skater of the Year. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe there's some hammers that are gonna be dropping pretty at the end towards the end. But
I don't even think Yuto's anywhere near his plateau or
his peak.
His peak of skateboarding. I think he's just discovering himself. Like, how far can I push these physics on this piece of wood?
For sure,
he's got it already. But I mean, but that's cool that they're now coming around. But like back then, like you said, they wanted order and like skateboarding usually don't have boundaries and like, you know what I'm saying. So it's like how can you?
It's meant to be free spirited.
Right.
There is no wrong way.
Yeah, I equate skateboarding to like if you listen to jazz music. You know, like obviously there's the sheet music, so it's like for this many bars you're playing this, for this many bars you're doing this, but then in the middle there's the improv section, right? Right. So you basically live in the improv section for the most part. The only thing that's set is wood, metal, bearings, urethane, hardware. That's your sheet music, you know. Right. So, whether you're like a competition skater, you do like transitions, you only want to skate ledges, you only want to do manuals, you want to do freestyle, like handstands, whatever else. Like it's all skateboarding. That's what
slalom.
Yeah, slalom. Like
old school.
It's all skateboarding. I think we all kind of share that bond. And now that I'm older, and I see like kids doing whatever. Like it used to be like, oh, like that's you only skate vert, that's stupid. You only skate street, that's dumb. Like you get so tribal, remember, it's so dumb.
Stepping off your board, doing no complies or weak or whatever. Anytime you grab your board was weak or whatever. Those are those conversations that used to be had, but now everything goes. So I think it's cool though. I mean, to each his own. Like you shouldn't shun somebody's style or skateboarding or whatever if they're doing what they love. I mean, maybe that's not what you do, but that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like an artist, you paint, I draw. I use a pen, you use a marker. I don't know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's all this, but we're all in the same world, so let's just have fun.
Yeah, and we can all agree that don't push Mongo, Sean. Just kidding. Love you, bro.
I had to switch it up.
I'm allowed to say that. I've known him for a while.
I'm gonna argue that point because Mongo's great.
For switch skating?
Yes. Mongo made me a great switch skater.
Yeah.
I will go down to Mongo.
So kids, if you're out there skating Mongo,
just push Mongo. It's fine.
And you want to switch it up, just practice while you're going to school or something. You're riding your board, just switch the legs up. Yeah. Don't get off your board when you're going up a hill. Switch the other leg. Switch back and forth. Yeah. It helps. It helped me. Like that's how I learned to push with the other leg because I wouldn't walk up hills. I would skate. And I would if the main leg got tired, I use the other leg until that got tired and switch back and forth.
Yeah, I learned. Like, I don't know, for whatever reason, like, Kalis would always, when he skate switch, or Stevie, when they skate switch, they would push Mongo, right? So I would do that. But then I noticed that, like, you're only pushing with the one leg. So then I learned how to push, like, looking normal goofy. Right. And it's
with
funny.
The shoulder straight.
Yeah. So it's funny because, like, when I told you I did, like, a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the middle of my 20s, yada, 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 training. Right. I'm right-handed. I would stand regular on a skateboard. When I would box or do anything, I'm a southpaw, which is a lefty. So when I came back to like skating full time, all that like lefty training helped my switch game so much better. Right. Like I looked more normal skating switch sometimes, pending which leg was more tired. Right.
It didn't look like you're rolling backwards.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's cool.
Shoulders were open.
Yeah. That's rad, man. That's rad. Did you have a favorite shoe to skate in? You said Vans is.
I loved Vans. Yeah. I'd have to say, dude, there's like a bunch because I was like Imelda Marcos in that. Like just I had like at one point I had like 20 pairs of skate shoes because I was working at South Bay Skates and like I'd say like eras of skateboarding when I was like first started skateboarding, the Rowley XLT Vans. Oh, that was like my shoe. And then I found the one before it with the vulcanized sole, the Raleigh with the 6.6 and the 9.9. Yeah. So there was those. And then for a little bit, I was skating the Osiris Jerry Souge mid top shoe. I believe it was called the Chino.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
so.
The Jerry Souge Chino. So there was that shoe. Right now I'm rocking like the Lakai Telford lows.
Yeah.
But I had them in a high. Okay. Like when they originally came out, they were a high top, so I skated those. And then in between that, it was always like Vans, like whatever Vans shoe that had like a vulcanized sole, but with a very good like the cushion, like I think they call it like the Pro Cush. So it could be a half cab. It could have been like Style 114. It could have been the AVEs, like just like
the AVEs I heard were pretty good.
Yeah, like literally anything I can get at the outlet at the Citadel for like buy one get one half off. Okay, was the shoe that I would skate.
There you go. Yeah, Frugal Brothers, let's go.
I think that's the best deal for a skateboarder is because even me, as I got older and I could afford nice shoes and all, like, as soon as I'd walk in a skate shop, I'd be like, oh, what, 2 pairs of Eddies? Buy one 60% off? You sold me 2 pairs for the price of one.
Yeah.
Like, for me, though, like, with the sales, I always go, okay, do they have my size? And then you go see what the shoe look like, like, oh, damn.
I do the same thing. It's that, like, skate shoe economy. I missed one. The DC Pures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had a really weird era of skateboarding where I was wearing, like, really not super baggy pants, but like DC at one point they would release a new era hat and a shoe that matched.
Yeah,
I had like 5 sets of hat and shoe that matched.
That's so
and they were all DC Pures.
That's so dope.
Yeah. So I was like, I really leaned into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were they collectors or were you?
They were collectors. I still skated them.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the hats got dirty. They were freaking smelly, but like I look good.
Yeah. Well, it's like me with this Enjoy hat.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be skating it because Enjoy's not around.
But is it comfortable?
Oh, I love it.
Then you should.
But it stinks right now, so I'm like, I think I need to throw it in the washer.
Yeah, if anything, for like a hat like that, just wash it in your sink and then spray it with like whatever Febreze and then just hang it outside.
Okay. Usually I just throw it in the washing machine. I don't dry it, and I just let it air dry.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah.
Yeah, we at the cleaners we used to have these hat things. We used to wash them, put them in the hat so they could dry the same shape that they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, man, you wash a hat, it's over.
Yeah.
Comes out looking like a Pablo Picasso.
Award.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe the missing ear.
Yeah.
Do you listen to music while you're skating?
No, just the
sound of
ambiance.
The
yeah.
Right.
I listen to music before,
and
like
what's
it can vary. As of late, like kind of like the golden era of hip hop '90s. So Gangstar, Camp Lo, Tribe Called Quest.
There we go.
Eric B and Rakim.
That's sick.
But sometimes like really depends on what I'm skating. So if it's like a ledge, then it's kind of like hip hop or whatever else. If it's like tranny for whatever reason, The Working Man by Rush.
Okay.
That's a really good one. Ricky Oyola skated to it in Static 2. That's when I discovered Rush. Seriously, skate videos have molded my listening of music.
Me too, man. Like there's so many videos that I would have never listened to this type of music. And then now because of the skate parts and stuff, that opened me up to like, wow, like I would ask questions. Who is this? Who is it? And then at the end you would see all the credits and who skated to what. And you'd be like, oh man, that's I like this. And then the way I looked more like a skater and when I was skating. But now if you see me listening to that music, they're like, well, I'm like, yeah, this shit's awesome, man. You don't know that part?
Yeah, exactly.
What I mean? It's not even the album. You don't know that skate part?
Yeah, exactly.
I used to have a buddy who would sit there and he'd play songs like, who skates to this?
We do that still.
Dude,
My buddy Dakota and I, we still do that.
It's the best.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Keeps you sharp.
Yeah, you hit a point where you've listened to a song so much, you remember what trick went in what verse.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Especially if you know that part, man.
Yeah, I could probably do that with a few parts. So like the Tom Penny's part in Really Sorry, Stevie Williams' part in the DC video, Josh Kalis' part in the DC video. Oddly enough, those would probably be the ones. And then Daniel Shimizu's part in That's Life.
That's cool.
That is a great video.
Yeah. Like I think I gave the DVD away because I had to like move and downsize and stuff like that. But luckily there's this invention called YouTube, and you can still find it. So.
Yeah, I think we know about it.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody in YouTube land?
I know.
Don't forget to hit that like button.
Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to this man. This guy's doing awesome stuff.
We're trying, man. We're out here doing our thing, dude. Yeah. We're trying to do our thing, and we always got to thank everybody for tuning in. Of course, you know what I mean. They're all part of the show too. The community, the locals that are now watching the show. Yeah.
Even if you don't skateboard and you're like a part of the fighting game community and you're like seeing me, hit the little button. Yeah. If you love me, hit the button. Everyone loves me.
There you go. Let's talk about hobbies off the board. What are you doing off the skateboard?
Off the skateboard,
you mentioned a little bit of fighting back in the day. You're doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu or something?
Yeah, so that was, like, I did a lot of martial arts when I was a kid. And I think the reason why I quit karate was because I started skateboarding. Sorry, Mom. Yeah, it happens. You know, but I came back to it. So I love, like, watching MMA, and I love, lately I've been just a lot of weightlifting.
Weightlifting?
A lot of weightlifting because, you know, like, my dad, I'll show you a picture after this. He's 62. He can still, like, bench press upwards of 300 something pounds. Wow. It used to be closer to 4 when he was like at his peak. So, you know, he actually helps me kind of stay in shape to do stuff, which includes skateboarding. So weightlifting, I love like just hanging out with my wife, being with my dog, just being like a family man. And, you know, the other thing I do is play Street Fighter competitively.
Okay. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I worked at a video gaming company called Hori before, and they made arcade sticks. So, you know, you quarter up and you got the 6 buttons and the joystick. So I have like 7 of those at home. Wow. Because I worked there and I got them all for free. Right. You know, I got hooked up. I got on Flow, you know? Yeah. Still on Flow for them. So if I need something, I hit up the boss and maybe get some like stuff. But yeah, I do as much as I can. I used to compete online because there's a lot of tournaments, but right now I usually go to like Burbank, or there's like a little card shop in North Torrance across the street from this bar I used to pay the electric bill at. And yeah, I like competing. It's fun. It's
so you go to an arcade game and go and compete?
Yeah, it's like usually on like a PS5 or a PC.
Oh, okay.
And like on YouTube, I stream a lot of my you know, Street Fighter training.
I thought you were over there putting your quarter up. Like
no, not so much anymore. You know, it's kind of that same feeling, but like they have brackets and prize money and all this other stuff. Like before, they used to have this thing called Evo. It's basically like UFC, but for people who play Mortal Kombat, like the Dragon Ball fighting game, Street Fighter, whatever else. I used to go like every year they had it, and I plan on going next year in July. So yeah, and all of that stuff, I have to fit all that into a week. So it's like, you know, I got like an hour to go skate, I got like an hour to go play games, and I gotta like cook dinner at home if the wife's working in the ER, and just like it's time management, man. Like you know, a lot of people when they say I used to skate, I cringe a little bit because I used to say that, but I'm like, no, I can still skate. Used to means you've ceased to do it. Right. But there's, you know, life circumstances like, oh, I got priorities at home. Well, I've got priorities at this. You never stopped. No. You just haven't made the time. Right. It's just an excuse when you say I used to skate.
It's like you're on a hiatus almost. Just life, you have to handle life things. But you know you're gonna come back to it when you have that free time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I'm not skating like every day like I used to when my wife and I first got together, but you know, like twice to 5 times a month. It really just depends on the month. You know, what events do I have? Do I have to go to a wedding? Do I have to, you know, go on a business trip? Do I have to do this? So it's just really about just making the time. Or do you just take 30 minutes out of your day, go to your, you know, condo garage, annoy your neighbors, and do a kickflip or 5? You know, that's still skateboarding.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Well, I mean, I always say that's the greatest part of skateboarding. The pit is nowhere that's the right place to do it. As long as you can go slap your curb, almost down your curb, right down your driveway. It's the greatest part about skateboarding. You can do it anywhere and always with someone or by yourself.
Yeah, I don't do so great by myself though. I get really bored really
get bored too nowadays. But I mean, I was doing it when I first came back again. I was like, I was so hyped on it. But now I want the people around.
It's the camaraderie. It's like that brotherhood and sisterhood of skateboarding, you know? And now, you know, you see, when I was growing up, you didn't see a lot of girls skateboarding. You know, all the girls freaking rip. Right. And it's not like, I don't see them anymore as like, oh, that's a girl skater.
Skateboarder.
It's
No,
just a
they're just skater.
skateboarder
Yeah.
that happens to be a girl.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's
they're all skaters.
everyone's skating, everyone's getting stoked. It doesn't matter like you did a kickflip on the bank that's like an inch off the ground. No one really cares.
Yeah.
It sounds like I care because I just said that. That's just for example. But you know, you still did it. You still landed it. You're still getting the high fives. Everyone's smacking their tail on the floor. Like it's my favorite part of skateboarding.
Yeah, because they see, especially if you see somebody with the struggle and they're trying so hard, even if they get that inch off the ground and they get that board. I remember that feeling when and then when you actually learn how to ollie, you're like, what was the whole, why was it so hard? But it was. It just you didn't know the timing or whatever it was, you know. So,
I remember my first kickflip. I landed with my feet like this, like
close together.
No, right in the middle of the board.
Yeah.
So like board just boom. I'm like, what the heck just happened? Because I didn't learn how to kickflip until like 4 years in. I could heel flip. I learned how to nollie and switch ollie for some stupid reason.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't learn how to kickflip. And after that, like, it's
kick
been off
flipping,
to the races.
Well, kick flipping for me is always, it wasn't my thing. Like heel flipping has always been like work for me. Like, I don't know. Ever since I messed up my ankle, I don't get that flick anymore I used to have. And so like, it's all been heel flips. So
I can understand.
Like, yeah. So, but I can make a kick flip happen. It just takes some dang time. You know?
Yeah, it's a struggle.
It's a struggle, man. Like,
heel flips are my
I have to hold on
now.
to the fence and train my foot to do the motion. Right, I get the flick going, and then once I get the couple flicks and holding on to the fence, take it off the fence, and then boom, and I could usually get it. But it takes a minute. It takes like a half hour.
I have a question for you guys. Do you guys notice that you actually stretch before you skate now?
I don't.
Oh, you don't? No.
My stretching is just riding around the transition.
I hurt myself stretching one time.
Oh, it might just be.
I watched everybody stretch. I'm all, this is a good idea, and I go, oh no, I pulled something.
All right, so it's not every now, depending on how I feel. Sometimes I do stretch, or like if I'm gonna go learn a new hard trick, like when I was learning my no slide nollie flips out, I would stretch because I'm like, I'm gonna go straight for that trick. I'm not even gonna roll around right there. I'm just gonna go right into it. But when I'm just showing up to cruise the park, I just warm up on transition, rock and rolls.
Nice. I roll around, I kind of hit the banks.
I don't roll around first. I usually do a little bit like
stretching.
Basically middle school PE exercises that you hated.
Yeah.
But then it gets like your body warm, and then sometimes I'll just do like invisible box jumps. Okay. You know, just like raise the knees up and whatever else. So
everybody's got their thing. I was jump roping a little bit before.
That's
before
really
I hurt my knees.
Yeah.
But before my knees were bad, like I was jump roping a lot. So I'm hoping to get back on it.
Yeah, I catch myself shadow boxing sometimes before like skating. I'm like, what are you doing? You look like a moron. But it gets your body warm, you know?
You never know, man. Then somebody sees you. Oh, what's up, man? You want to pick a fight? You know something?
Then I would kindly say no. Yeah. Unless they pressed me.
Right.
In which case it's 50-50. I'm either losing or winning.
Well, take it to the ground. You know jiu-jitsu, right?
Yes.
Well, we just had an incident like that at La Puente the other day.
Oh no!
And it was really like the way the situation went. It shouldn't have happened. It was just the person took it that far, because I'm like, it's a skate park. My buddy's filming someone do a trick. Guy passes by him, tells him something. I'm like, well, first of all, you don't tell him in the first place. Hey man, can you like have a heads up? I'm trying to get something through here. My buddy was like, if he would have told me that, I would have been more self-aware that he was coming.
Yeah. Right.
But no, instead he took it. Went by, got mad, snickered. Then my buddy said something back. Next thing you know, they're face to face, and I'm just like,
that'll happen.
I'm like, this shouldn't happen at a skate park, dude.
Yeah,
you should understand. At a skate park, people are gonna get in your way.
Yeah, there's a flow. There's a flow.
There's a flow that has to happen. But
yeah. I'll be honest, man. I've actually no, I've never gotten in a fight at a skate park, but I have ran into like children who are like wholly unaware and feeling terrible because I'm a pretty big dude.
Oh yeah, I've taken a couple just people out, but
like
I wrap them up and try to take most of the impact.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like they're just standing there sometimes, and you're flying through, Yeah.
You remember Booker T, the wrestler?
Yeah.
You know how he did like the scissors kick or like the leg lariat? I remember one time, so at Alondra, there was like the middle. Like this kid, I was already in the air, and I think I hit him with like a shining wizard, like because I couldn't. I bailed the board, and then I was like sideways trying to get out of the way. I just remember feeling a helmet hit my head, And I was like, oh my God, I think I just murdered this kid.
This kid.
And then he got up, he was crying, and I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? And then like the mom was tripping out, and I was like, look, lady, you shouldn't have been on your phone.
Right.
Watch your child. Yeah. I'm not your babysitter. The tax dollars that paid for this park aren't your babysitter.
Right. Get
off your phone, get off of Tinder. I was assuming you're single because I didn't see a ring on the left finger. Like, just get off. Pay attention to your kids.
Yes, sir.
I had a similar incident. Well,
can you hold that? Let's take
another break.
Yeah. Oh shit. We'll cut that part out because they don't pay us for advertisement. No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a break real quick, and then we'll come back with that.
The me clotheslining the kid on accident.
Oh, dude, I want to hear about that.
He clotheslined through my legs.
Stay tuned.
And we're back.
We are back, everybody, and tell us about that incident you said.
Okay, so yeah, dude, this is when I was like teaching.
Put the camera on you.
I was teaching kids how to skate at a middle skate school. So I was still a hash, red pants, musty, hash life.
Looking like Sammy Baca. When he was like...
Yeah, Sammy Baca, Ragdoll, and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm like standing watching some kids skate, and my legs are like in that like stance where you're open, and I hear something behind me. Ah! And I'm like, what the hell is that? Kid right into my ass, face first, clotheslines. I just see two legs slide under me. You see him sliding on his back under me. I'm like, what hit my ass? And I'm like, oh.
Then you gave him that stink face, Rikishi.
And then the swamp ass. Yeah. He got it all.
Yeah.
But it was cool. His mom was cool about it. Mom was just laughing. He's like, oh, man.
Well, yeah, because it was him running into you, not you. Taking him out.
You're an innocent bystander at that point.
We used to call him the little sumo baby because he would just attack everything. He was a little chunky too. He'd just be like, he wouldn't care. He'd be like, watch me drop in. Ah! And I'm like, cool, man. I love this
you get it. Yeah, all the big boys and big girls you want to go skateboard, ain't no size limit. Just get a board and buy equipment that will support your weight. You know? Yeah. I was a big boy.
I was just at 230 like a month ago. I dropped down to 218.
Yeah, I'm 230 right now. See, heavyweight.
We can do it.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I'm right in that pocket too, man. Damn. Jeez. Because I go into work and I weigh myself every day. I'm 225, I think it was.
But that's clothes on, right? Obviously, because you're at work. So that means you're probably sitting around like 220.
And then of course all my weight belt and everything. I don't have no tools in my.
Yeah, I weigh myself every morning in just like my chonies just to see. I'm like, I gotta stay at like 230. This is like
that's the limit.
This is the limit. It was 225 like 6 months ago, but then I've been working up to like this 500-pound deadlift, and the whole thing is mass moves mass. Yeah. So I'm like, I need that extra power.
Or you but muscle weighs more than, right?
That's true,
right?
Yeah, so. And I like to eat a lot, so it's just like everything looks good, but this section here, which I don't really care.
Well, that's when the skateboarding should take care of, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go, man. Dude, that's rad. Let's get into more hobbies of yours because. You did say something about some anime. What kind of anime do you like?
Man, I just like watching. So they call it like the shonen animes. So like stuff from the 90s. So I don't know. You might know. Like, have you heard of Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yeah,
I love Yu Yu Hakusho.
Watching that.
Yeah. What do you call it? And I'll get into the story of that because it's a great story. Like if you don't like anime, you want a good story. It's great. It just has mythical things in the middle. Obviously, Dragon Ball, any of it.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball, any of it, Evangelion. I'm a huge fan of what they call the Tokusatsu series. So it's like what you guys know in America as Power Rangers, but we know it as what's called Sentai, which means task force. Okay. So like every year there's a new task force, like a dinosaur task force, a car task force, whatever else. I
actually just watched the whole documentary on that. How they just pulled it over here.
Yeah.
They used the footage
from Japan.
And then they just, when they needed to substitute the American actors, they just cut them in.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a pretty cool thing to know, watching the documentary.
Yeah, so like that, there's like another superhero out of Japan called Kamen Rider. He's like this like human cyborg hybrid that got the power of like a grasshopper, and he rides motorcycles, and the way that he beats you is he kicks you so hard you spontaneously combust.
Oh, wow.
And if you have Amazon Prime, they have like some updated series. So if you want to be introduced to like a really adult-oriented Kamen Rider, or masked rider is what they're called. Try a Kamen Rider Black Sun. It was like that Kamen Rider Black was like pivotal for like the 90s to bring that franchise back to life. And they took that really popular franchise and made it very real.
Okay.
Like with like political undertones and like all this crazy stuff, and I'm like, you know, like the bad. I'm not gonna. It won't ruin the story, but the bad guy, instead of just being, "Oh, I'm gonna take over the world," it's a political party. The bad guy is like a part of a political party. I'm like, oh, this got real. And I like, even my mom, like, I don't know if she's watched it yet, but I was like, Mom, you really have to watch it. Like, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible. These are for adults, right?
Yeah. I think what you're talking about for us, for me out here, was like the early Toonami era. They were showing like. That's how I got into like Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho. What else? There was Inuyasha.
Yeah.
Stuff like that's where I got introduced to anime, but I didn't know it was anime. I thought it was just cartoons. Being 5 years old, I like this cartoon.
Yeah. What's really funny is anime is just like a shortened word in Japanese for animation.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't they now call it that, you know, over there. But I think they've always called it anime because it's supposed to be like, oh, it's an animation. You're watching an animation. You know.
Right.
Yeah, that's what out here is anime. Yeah.
Well, we'll butcher all the words out here. Like
it's all good.
You know.
But,
I appreciate all the love, man. I love the places that I'm from. I love Japan, or not. I'm from. I was born here, but like I love like my heritage. I like the Philippines and Japan. You know, so
that's rad.
All the cool stuff.
That's rad. And you still like? Does your parents still have all the like the foods and stuff like that?
For sure. Like I learned how to cook because of my dad and my mom and my grandma. So it was like a mix of like Filipino food, Japanese food at home.
Be a good cuisine
now my wife's part Italian, so I've learned how to make a lot of Italian food too.
You got a whole like a whole worlds of like, you know, entree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, because I've you know, I have some Filipino homies and stuff like that, and they be giving me that the short rib or whatever, like, and everything. And then one time they had me eat what is it, the bloody pig soup? But they didn't.
Oh yeah, dinuguan. That's their.
And I was like, okay, well,
did they call it chocolate rice?
Chocolate put because they said chocolate something, and I'm eating there, and everybody's like, the whole family's looking at me eating it. I'm like, they're looking at me like, oh, it's good, right? I'm like trying to be nice. I'm like, yeah, it's good. And then I look at my friend's plate. And I'm like, how come you're not eating this? He's like, I don't eat that shit. And he's Filipino. I'm like, God damn it!
Yeah,
why you having me
a lot of
eat
Filipino people.
He's
don't
all,
eat gnarly Filipino
you
food.
might like it. I'm like, yeah, but you just set me up, homie.
Yeah, it's pig's blood stew. It's like it's metal. If you're Hesh, you eat dinuguan. That's what it has to be.
I mean, it's just a little. To me, it was a little sandy feeling, but it was good.
Yeah, it's a little irony.
Ooh, yeah, that's a word.
Yeah, a little irony,
kind of like a livery.
Yeah. It sounds like they didn't put enough vinegar and soy sauce in it because usually you have to cook.
I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to dress it up.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm saying how they cooked it was not great.
Okay, probably
because the whole thing is like the smoother it is, the better it's gonna taste. So you gotta like cut that iron taste with like something sour like citrus or like vinegar and like something salty like soy sauce or something like that.
Sounds better now.
So I'm guessing we're having Thanksgiving this year. Go to your house.
Anytime.
Today,
we can set something up.
Then that's today.
Oh, yeah.
Today is Thanksgiving, everybody. We are dropping this episode on Thanksgiving. So thank you, everybody, for out there watching us today. For real. If you're home watching us, having your meal and spreading love and joy with your family. Yeah. We thank you, man. And I thank you for, of course, we're not done yet, but I got to give thanks to everybody, you know, since it is Thanksgiving. Of course, I got to thank my homie, too, for being here all the time, you know. So
we're on holiday pay right now.
Yeah, I know, huh? And
it don't work like that for me. I'm on a salary job, so it's the same all the time.
It's the same all the time.
Does YouTube give holiday pay?
YouTube, well, we'll see. We'll see in the future. We'll see how many streams it gets, and then they'll pay, huh?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe Liquid Death. Just saying, so,
we gotta get them out. We gotta show them.
Actually, I've been meaning to email them.
We'll see.
Liquid Death would be good. Yeah, I first time I had Liquid Death, I thought it was like alcohol, and then when I drank it, I'm like, what is? Oh, it's water.
It's water.
Yeah.
If you're thirsty, if you like that one, go ahead. That's free.
That is my favorite flavor.
Yeah.
I was introduced to it through Richie Jackson. We skated a session with them one time, and he gave us some, and we were like, ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, my local skate shop gave me my first Liquid Death. It was just a regular water, and I was like worried that it was gonna taste like aluminum. It was good.
Yeah, and a tall boy. Yeah, it's water and a tall boy. It's
right.
Great.
So I was like, didn't have that aluminum flavor, but some people like with the sparkling water, it's a little different. It does hit kind of like a beer, but it's not. You know, it's got that bite to it. But
yeah,
a lot
I
of people,
love sparkling water.
Some
like
people, it's got to be.
Bougie.
It's got to be a certain taste that you like, you know. So, yeah, shout out to Liquid Death out there. They're doing great things. And any other hobbies?
We hit weightlifting. We hit fighting games. We hit anime. It's obvious that I cook based on the way that I talk, but I don't think that's really a hobby more than it's like a life skill.
It's a life skill?
Yeah. You know, like,
be.
honestly, the only reason why I learned how to cook was, you know, my nickname was Fat Mike. I ought to know how to cook, you know, because it's not my looks that I would, you know, bring the confidence to talk to women or girls rather, because I was a teenager then. You know, it was just like, what do they call it now? Like my charisma, and just like, I didn't care. Right. Like I'd go talk to when I was like a teenager or whatever else, like I would just try and go talk to like the most attractive looking person in the room. And if I got turned down, I didn't care. Yeah. You know, like it took a while to really just be comfortable with myself, you know. Honestly, I probably took till like 27 to be quite honest with you, just because like, yeah, skating is, yeah, I have to say being able to adjust to situations, like whether you're skating transitions or whatever else, has really taught me how to adjust in life. Right. Like for sure. That's cool. I mean, I take what I learned in skateboarding to my professional life as well. Like, you know, if you didn't, I work sales. So like if you didn't get it this try, give it another try. You're not going to get everything first try. You got to keep trying until you succeed and roll away, which in my case would be selling something.
There you go.
I actually just watched a video of someone kind of explaining that, like about skateboarders, like how we're like pretty much immune to rejection because we get rejected every single day. We go out and try to learn a trick. Every time you don't land it, rejection. So we're used to like, oh, well, let's go try again. Let's go try again until we figure out the right way to come out.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, you figure out the right angles, you figure out your placement, and man, things come together when you. And then like with tricks, to me it's all in the mind a lot. You think about it, and then if you approach life the same way as you do a trick, whoa, it's unstoppable. Because a lot of times we're just going for it. You know, like a skate trick, you let's huck and see what happens. Yep. But you start putting that mind and think it through. It may save you a couple of falls. You know. Yeah. So absolutely. So I mean, to each his own, man. I'm 44 years old now, so it's like, I mean, I'm still learning life lessons every day.
Yeah, I think you never stop.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, you never stop.
You should never cut it off and think you know everything.
Yeah,
you know?
You don't stop till you're 6 feet under. That's what I say.
Well, yeah, till the lights are out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's cool, dude. Life is gonna happen regardless. So yeah, man, that's cool, dude. But shout out to everything that you do, and then I know you do. You said you mentioned a little bit about filming though. Are you more of a filmer or a skater? Would you say?
My problem is I like doing both.
You like doing both?
Yeah, like I like filming things, but I also am an attention whore, so I like being in front of the camera. So it's like you're kind of acting against your own interest. You know, and then like I know how filming works. I know how photography works. So it's like I can't just trust anyone to film me. Right. You know, so that was always really, really hard. But luckily, my boy Martin, like when we were filming a lot of skateboarding, like I would talk him through it and teach him what I knew and what looked good to me and what I wanted. And he was always really good at bringing it into fruition, which is really great. Actually, I think one of my favorite clips I've ever filmed was of him. It's like a rail. I don't remember. I think in Santa Ana. It's like, you know, the floor's got a brick. If I tell you the trick, you might remember. Appleyard, Varial healed it, and sorry, over the rail. Okay. The 9-stair rail. Yeah. It's almost like a weird angle. My buddy crooked grinded it, and that was like the ender, because I made the ender kind of lighthearted in that video. But yeah, that was the first big, like I had one, I call it a Cho Pro because it was like the cheaper Chinese version. So I had one Cho Pro, one GoPro, and my big camera. And I had the long lens shot, and my buddy, who wasn't Martin, like another buddy of mine who was filming behind him. Yeah. Like I was filming from 2 angles. So like one following him doing the crook and like the top down angle. And yeah, that was probably one of my favorite tricks I've ever filmed because I like took the time to do it, and we went to that spot about 4 different times,
and it captured it perfect.
Yeah. So the 4 different times was like Martin. He was very systematic about how to
Did
skate
he do
rails.
it? Did he get the trick every time? He just wanted to film it.
He
right,
board
or?
slid it first to feel the impact because
Okay.
like he had this problem with his ankle where if you land a certain way it would cramp, and I would literally have to be like a chiropractor to help him. So he's like, I need to feel what the impact is going to be like. I need to feel what the rail is going to feel like. I need to bail a couple of crooks. So it was literally like back and forth for like 2 weeks. And I think it was like around my birthday,
Cool.
oddly enough, that he crooked it, and it was clean. It was super clean.
That's rad.
Yeah.
It's always good to get a good film job, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Get
because I was
that
like, I have to
angles.
do this justice because I knew that when we were all originally going to film 2 full parts, but like I got engaged and then like just things kind of got, life happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm still sitting on like 2 full parts worth,
Yeah.
but I need, this is selfish of me, I need someone who skates good to carry my tricks. So that's why we put it together. That's why I put it together.
Yeah.
And as a surprise, I just like DM'd him on Instagram. I was like, "Yo, check this out." He's like, "Oh, dude, I forgot we had all this footage." I'm like, sitting on a hard drive's worth, bro.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's cool. Now, is that out or is that something?
It's on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. Yeah.
What's your YouTube channel?
YouTube.com/@Mr. Kagiwada. So
Okay.
it's literally Mr. my last name. That's also my what is it? My Street Fighter competing name. It's literally just what my children's friends will call me in the future. So I guess I'm just getting used to it now. Don't have children yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah. No, I know, huh? Right? You're working on that?
Working on it, yeah. Having fun, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, well, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but that's cool, man. Shout out to that, and you got pets, right?
Yeah, I have a dog.
You have a dog. What's
Yeah,
the dog's name?
His name is Ace. He's a chocolate lab.
Oh, that's right. Ace Trucks.
Yeah, 80 pounds. He's an 80-pound bundle of joy and headache, all at the same time. He's not even 2 yet, so he's still got some puppy tendencies. He still jumps on people, but he's friendly. He just wants to like hug everyone, and not everyone's a hugger of 80-pound dogs.
Not always, but I mean, a lot of times, like I watch a lot of Cesar Milan, so you kind of like. If you give a dog too much attention right away, they get all riled up. But if you kind of ignore them a little bit until they kind of calm down, then say what's up. Yeah,
It's funny.
Little things here and there.
He jumps on everyone, but like with my parents, like he'll like get up, and my dad or mom will give him that look that they used to give me when I was doing something wrong, and it works. Everyone else, even to me, I'm like. Does that look come with having children, mom and dad?
They're like, you'll learn it one day.
You'll learn it one day. But yeah, he's a bundle of joy. I love him. I take him like everywhere I can. Take him to the dog park. I have yet to take him to the skate park. It's just because I don't feel safe tying him up somewhere, and like people be stealing stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
You have to have your wife.
Yeah, I don't want to lose my dog or like have to bash someone in the head with my truck
for trying
to take my dog.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, it's your child right there, man.
Exactly. It's our first son.
Shout out to Ace, man. All right. We're almost gonna get out of here, so we always ask a little crazy question before we get out of here, out of the bowl.
Oh man, I gotta do the bowl.
The bowl. Skate the bowl.
Yeah. Okay, my eyes are closed. There we go. I love how these are on Post-it notes too.
I know. Well, it just opens that far.
Oh, yeah. I see. If you could time travel, what year would you visit?
Dang,
dude! I chose a deep one. If I could time travel, what year would I visit? Let me think. What year? Huh? I don't know. That's a tough one. Because I could be selfish and be like, oh, I want to see my parents when they were younger, but that's like the plot of Back to the Future, so that's like super unoriginal. Yeah. Honestly, I think about a time machine. I would like to go in the future.
Go in the future.
And track to see where like my family's bloodline was at that point.
Okay.
Like, are we still are you guys like success like are like, my nieces or like whoever else is like the next generation under me, or even under that, like,
it's your kids, Michael.
It's your kids. Tree.
There's something wrong with your kids. We have to.
Is my family tree still thriving?
Because
it's tough out here in SoCal. Like buying, like we bought a house, but shoot, we were super like good realtor, good thing. So yeah, a lot of good things have happened for us, and I want to make sure that the good times are still rolling in the future.
Right,
It would give me like, what's the word in English?
What, like a peace, a little bit of peace.
Yes.
To know that
That, like,
maybe you had kids, they had kids, the
or even
bloodline
like
is still
my
going.
nieces, like
Everybody,
everybody, like just making sure that everyone is
the world didn't blow up.
Yeah, everyone, everyone is making sure that everyone doing well would make it so that I'm. Because I'm a product of my parents like emigrating here from Japan,
right?
Working their butts off, like buying me the dumb crap that they've purchased for me, like whether it's shoes that I would mess up, a board that I would break because I'm angry, kids, appreciate it. Right. You might get it later, but will. Do it now.
Yeah, it'd be nice for them to appreciate it while it's happening.
Exactly.
I sure didn't, but I wish I did. I wish I knew, we didn't have much, but you got to be grateful for what you do have.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of always looking at the glass half full and not half empty. Type of deal. So, man, that's cool. So shout out to the future, right? Yeah. You want to go check that out?
Absolutely. It's the American dream. They just come to this country and get a place and have kids that are successful that have their own places, and all the boxes are checked for them, so they're just chilling. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Hontou ni arigatou gozaimashita.
Yeah, shout out to that, man. All right, man. Do you have any questions, Prata?
Not really. I think I just had a good time hanging out, getting to know you.
Samesies.
Yeah.
Seems like someone I'd be hitting up every time I'm out there in the South Bay.
Yeah, please.
Session.
Please.
That'd be cool.
Please. I work from 7 to 4, so anytime after 4 p.m.
Okay.
As long as I can get my dog out for
on
a
the
walk
weekends as well. You're working, or
no? Just Monday through Friday. I'm a 9 to 5er, but from 7 to 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I do want to try to hit up that Redondo Beach one day, or even one of those South Bay parks or whatever, the Harbor City or whatever.
Yeah, the Harbor Park's fun too. It gets gets a little crowded. I just like going to parks with ledges. So there's one park in North Redondo called Perry Park. It's next to a basketball court. It's these 2 cheese wedges and a quarter pipe. But I can just skate those ledges all freaking day. Okay. Just perfect my nose slides, tail slides, all that jazz.
All right, Perry Park.
Because I'm a slider.
I'll write that down.
Not a grinder.
Yeah, I mostly nose slides here and there. Yeah, for sure. Me too. Grinding, I like, but it's been a little I get nervous to make sure but I can make it happen. But I gotta be on my game that day.
Yeah, everything has to be locked in.
Right. So that's cool, man. I can't wait to do that. Anything else, Prata? We're good.
Yeah. I'm solid on this side.
All right.
Besides, if I sound far away, we had mic issues, so we're gonna get that fixed. So don't come DMing me that I need to fix the mic. I've had a few of those that the mics are messed up, and I'm like, we're getting that fixed.
Yeah, a couple episodes too. We think we had some mic issues, but I think we should be good now. And especially for the next one, I'll make sure to go get us a new cable. I think we need.
I'm gonna take it back since it has lifetime warranty.
Nice.
Bring it back. You can exchange it for you.
Mm-hmm. So that's it. Those are the things we run into on the podcast here. It's not always going to be perfect like our tricks, But some days you might have your best day, and next day you think you got it all together, and it doesn't happen.
Yep, I remember those days. So, those days happen to me not skating.
That's life,
everybody.
Man. That's life, man. All right, you have any shout outs before we get out of here?
Yeah, most definitely. First and foremost, Mom and Dad, thanks. Love you guys. My older sister, I won't say names just because, but my brother-in-law, my 2 nieces, South Bay Skates, Mike, Martin, Dustin, you guys. I know you guys are doing pretty well in life, and I hope it continues, and I hope we can catch a old, quote unquote, old folks or 30 and above session,
Yeah.
And last but not least, I'd say most importantly now is my wife.
Yeah,
Mrs. Kagiwada. She's I am so blessed to have such a sick wife. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna go do a podcast? Sick, all right,
cool.
Let me know the time."
And thank you for letting him out. And
you want to go skate? Cool. I think we have a good balance, because it's I know what I have to do. I'll just say, hey, from this time to this time, this is what I'm doing, and then when I come back, we'll take care of business. So
that's awesome.
Just talk to your significant other.
Exactly.
Do a schedule.
Yeah.
Use an Excel formula and an Excel sheet to do your monthly finances. I'm giving you secrets.
Yeah, yeah. And then have her sign here, initial here, and then you say, yeah, see, from 11 to 12, I'll be out here. All right. Well, thank you very much. Prata, you have any shout-outs?
I'm just going to shout out everyone who supports us. You know, there's so many people out there backing us up, showing us love. Thank you to everyone out there, you know. Thanks to Mike for coming down.
Yeah,
Sean
of
for
course.
Yes.
Yeah. And here's what I will say. Let's make this one the most watched one because I'm an attention whore. And I know all my people are going to watch it. All my people should watch it. Like, you know, I know I said last but not least, my wife, but also my Discord fam, Kagiwada Funhouse. Thanks so much, guys, for all your support in my gaming endeavors and, you know, life YouTube channel endeavors. And make sure you guys hit the subscribe button below. Somewhere like much. In this region.
Even if you're not on YouTube, just subscribe to our channel.
Just hit the thing.
Just put us in your friend zone. We're nice and friendly over here. All right. Anything else?
That's pretty much it. Keep it basic, you know.
All right. Well, of course, thank you again
for
coming down. I really appreciate it. We all appreciate it out here. Thank everybody for tuning in again. Make sure to hit that like and all notification bell so you know when we're dropping our episodes. Please continue to follow us on the YouTube channel. Give us a comment, question, or suggestion down below. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what's up. If you or you know somebody that wants to be on our show, hit us up in the DMs on Instagram at Where the Locals Sk8. You could also find me, OG_skate show on Instagram. Till next time, peace out, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving.